On today's show, the mystique of a flooded forest. Find out where you can paddle in a wild woods wonderland. We meet the man behind the paintings. Micah Hanson's hobby earned him big-time stamps of approval.
2000 Minnesota trout stamp.
Be careful to not put it right in the flame.
Plus, we cook over the campfire. A simple recipe, so easy to bag.
Oh yeah, that looks perfect.
Minnesota Bound, presented by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems.
Hey everybody, Laura and I and Millie welcome you to Minnesota Bound.
Minnesota Bound, Millie, right?
Yes.
Up first, it's fantasy to reality as we tour a flooded forest floor.
Yeah, a very surreal paddling environment that looks like it's right out of a storybook.
A magical, mystical place right out of a storybook awaits your adventure. The flooded forest floor, otherwise known as a delta, is on the Mississippi River near Wabasha, Minnesota.
What are we looking at?
This particular name of it is a delta flooded forest. This is like the whole kind of section of the driftless that we operate in. Here's Wabasha, so we're right here right now. If we see a storm in Wisconsin, we have like 2 days, and then boom, 3-4 feet of rise, like a tide.
Wow.
And same for the Mississippi.
When the river level is high, you can float in the forest with Broken Paddle Guiding Company.
We're thinking today, we're gonna go over to Nelson, we're gonna cut across to the middle of the delta, paddle through a system of sloughs, is the sort of river terminology. Essentially, they're little serpentine rivers that cut through the valley.
Awesome.
Bam.
Well, this looks like fun. I'm ready for a good day on the water.
All right, let's do it.
Flowing water and trees create a unique paddling experience, one you must be ready to handle.
But we'll talk about a few things up here. We'll go over kind of how to hold your paddle, a good forward stroke, and what correct muscles to use when you're kayaking.
And just like that, you drift into dreamland.
We are getting into what is normally dry ground here. We are in the flooded forest. So we are a few feet above where 4 days ago you could be hiking, and now we're floating 3 feet up tree trunks right now.
While floating amongst trees, it makes you wonder, how do they survive in deep water?
Everything around us right now, we have a lot of silver maples. And silver maple is this specifically adapted tree to grow in wetlands and floodplain forests. It can have water up its trunk for months at a time, more than really any other tree around here can. So that's why we see 95% silver maple. It has these large pores that breathe in and out better than other trees do.
Just as trees can breathe, we float through tiny water trails that spread out like veins over Mother Earth.
We're in just the lower part of the delta, and this is about 15,000 square acres. Wow. And within here, there are just dozens of miles of waterway. Some days it's like, okay, now there's an extra 30 miles of water trails to paddle.
Besides taking in natural beauty on this 4-hour tour, the goal is to educate how delicate this environment is.
So we're trying to be maybe like the first generation that isn't taking anything and is bringing people to it to consider how beautiful it is and how complex our ecosystems are in the Midwest and the North.
Waterways, wildlife, and education. Huh? If you're on board for this unique adventure,
There's nowhere else that we can go paddle for several hours straight through an area that is flooded, that is underwater. That is an unheard of habitat in the Midwest.
a flooded forest world to paddle the time away.
Coming up next, accolades for a Minnesota artist. Micah Hanson puts a stamp on the fairy critters he loves to chase.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems, North Dakota Tourism, Star Bank, and by All Seasons Garage Door.
Okay, so is Connecticut water really worth it?
Yeah, it's that good. Revolutionary Connecticut Whole House non-electric water systems. Simplify your life with the world's most efficient water softener. Call Connecticut to set up your free water analysis.
North Dakota's hunting and fishing is some of the best in the nation. The birds are flying, the fish are biting, tails are wagging, and you're smiling just thinking about it. Plan your visit at NorthDakotaLegendary.com.
Hi everybody, Ron Schera here with another nifty story. This one, the story of Star Bank. There's 10 of them in Minnesota, but here's where the plot thickens. Star Bank is more than just lending money. Star Bank cares about its customers, cares about its communities. Quite a tale, huh? And how do I know? Because Star Bank is also our bank at Ron Schera Productions. Just another story with a happy ending. Come on, girl, let's go. Star Bank, the bank that cares.
Every cast into a Minnesota lake brings a new day for connecting with nature. We are drawn to our 10,000 lakes not only for their beauty and solitude, but for experiences and memories. For all that our lakes give us, we must give back. Our precious lake resources need protecting.
And it's easy. Just grab a cold Coors Light, because this beer saves lakes.
Up next, it's time to take a trip to southeastern Minnesota, where one man found art in fly fishing. The sound of nature, so pure.
All right, watch your step.
Micah Hanson understands. On a sticky summer day, his family heads for moving water. This stretch of river, Micah's dream, what he long ago painted in his mind. A place the family could play.
Any bites, anybody?
And do this.
I missed one.
I went bragging rights.
Hey, I always help you guys. Who's gonna go get my lure?
Micah always loved trout fishing, the hunt for a colorful critter prettier than most.
That's That's awesome. That's what it's all about with these guys. There you go.
Hooking dreams that sometimes
Got one. No, it was a big one.
don't always come true. No problem.
That breeze feels nice.
Micah found a way to protect those memories, one detailed brushstroke at a time.
So I use a gloss medium varnish. This goes in with my acrylics, and then I use water to mix it together. The gloss medium varnish gives it kind of a transparency. I always liked art. I'd always doodle and draw.
After high school and college, Micah found his focus. Work best expressed back in town, inside his insurance agency office.
This is where I am if I'm not with family or fishing, I guess, or hunting.
See, Micah the fisherman and Micah the artist,
These are my least favorite ones.
also bears the title winner.
That's kind of the trout wall over there. So this one was a 2000 Minnesota trout stamp. Every little scale, I drew it in there by hand and then painted it by hand and then colored it by painted it by hand.
Many states offer small conservation stamps as part of annual fishing and hunting licenses.
2002 Delaware trout stamp winner.
Artists like Micah compete to win spots on those stamps.
And then now it's the 03 Minnesota trout stamp winner. And that's the last time I've won the trout stamp.
Micah has racked up wins in 3 states, 20 total places for all his stamps.
Then these are the turkey stamp winning paintings.
Not bad for a guy who considers this work nothing more than hobby.
2011 was the turkey stamp for Minnesota. 2015, 2019. I don't know, I just enjoy having something to paint for.
Certainly, it ain't for the dough.
If I win this contest, state gives you nothing, which is totally fine. I'm not doing it for that. It's more the challenge. It's just kind of a rush of, competitive rush. I don't know how you'd explain it.
Good stuff from a guy so casual about his work. Maybe that's what makes Micah so good.
I love deer hunting, but I've done one deer painting. I'm not sure why. I think probably because I think deer, I think a bigger picture, and I know it's going to take me longer.
A pretty good excuse when you love spending time like this. Coming up, we go back in time to visit the Boundary Waters.
Is that a trophy?
But first, we get outside to cook right over the campfire.
Closed captioning provided by Treasure Island Resort and Casino.
Keep the fun close to home with Treasure Island's 2-night staycation hotel package. Start your stay by playing your way through our newest slots with $50 free slot play. Go beyond the gaming floor and experience more of the island with a $75 gift card to our restaurants, bars, gift shop, and more. When it's time to unwind, make your way to our luxurious hotel for 2 relaxing nights away. Book your stay now at ticasino.com. Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Destination fun.
Hi everybody, today we are campfire cooking, making kid and family friendly recipes. And I'm with Ryan, who's the outdoor education supervisor with Three Rivers Park District. And Ryan, what are we cooking up today?
Today we're gonna make bacon and eggs, but we're gonna do it in a paper bag.
So how does this work without starting the bag on fire?
The key is the bacon grease. So we're gonna get the whole bottom of the bag coated with bacon grease so it's wet, and then the wetness won't allow it to burn.
All right, I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here's your bag.
Okay, first thing you wanna do is you wanna get your bag opened up, and our goal is to coat the bottom of this bag with bacon. So I cut some bacon in half here, and I'm gonna lay that down in the bottom of my bag here, and that way when it cooks, it will get grease all over the bag.
This is a delicate process.
It's tough to get that bacon to cover the bottom of the bag. All right, next step is we're gonna fold the top over. I'm gonna put 2 holes on here. And our goal is we're gonna put this bag on one of the roasting sticks. So we gotta get some holes in the bag. It's got a scissors here, and I'm just gonna kind of fold it over, make a little cut for a hole, make another little cut for the hole. We just wanna use those holes we've created and get our roasting stick through the bag.
There we go. I'm ready for the campfire.
Let's do it. So when we're cooking this, we want to, make sure we get the bottom cooked so the grease of the bacon starts to coat the bottom of the bag. So be careful to not put it right in the flame. Put it more over the coals and just slowly cook it so that grease of the bacon starts to coat the bottom of your bag.
All right, and if it does catch on fire,
well, that happens. Just start over and try it again. That's the fun of campfire cooking.
always bring backup bacon.
Always.
Well, this is when you sing campfire songs
Exactly.
and do other stuff. Mine sounds like the bacon is crispy.
I think it's ready. So let's just take it off and give it a look.
Oh yeah, it smells delicious.
Excellent. I think we're ready to put in the egg.
Wood-fired bacon, let's add the egg.
All right, next step, we're gonna crack an egg and put it right on top of that bacon. So I'm just gonna do 1 egg, and some people like to scramble it, that's fine. I just like to crack mine right on top of the bacon there. Roll it a couple times and put it back on our stick.
And back on the fire. About how many minutes does it take to cook the egg?
It's gonna take a little while. You gotta be patient with this recipe. I would say it's gonna take another 5 to 10 minutes.
Sounds good. More campfire songs.
More campfire songs. So after you've cooked it for about 5 minutes, what I recommend doing is taking it off and just checking to see how your egg looks. And some people like it sunny side up, some people like it more well done.
Ooh, that is sunny side up.
Yeah, it is sunny side up.
Oh yeah, that looks perfect. Ready for a bite?
I am.
I am too.
All right.
We worked for it.
Excellent.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ryan.
You're welcome.
Another family-friendly campfire recipe. So creative. Now that's a fun activity for the whole family. If you enjoy cooking over the open fire, go to our website for more campfire recipes at mnbound.com.
Straight ahead, a Minnesota-bound classic from back in the day, back in the woods of the Boundary Waters.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by the Minnesota DNR, Pearson Salted Nut Roll, Coors Light, and by Totem Resorts, the premier destination for world-class fishing.
Can't wait to go fishing. Oh my gosh, look at it. I like my food sustainable and organic. Dig in, ladies. Nice catch.
Pearson's Salted Nut Roll has been a Minnesota original since 1933. As a pioneering salty sweet treat, generations have known salted nut rolls are a delicious snack packed with peanuts and protein that won't melt or fall apart. So keep the tradition going. Find that new fishing spot. Get outside, hike the long path, and know that salted nut rolls will keep you moving. Pearson's Salted Nut Rolls. Eat one, do more.
Up next, we go back in time.
Back to the day when Ron Schera paddled alongside iconic Boundary Waters outfitter Bob Carey.
The clearest way into the universe, author John Muir wrote, is through a forest of wilderness. Maybe that's why so many of us come to this wilderness, known as the Boundary Waters Canoe Area, the BWCA, in northern Minnesota. Maybe we're looking for something out there amid this roadless, million-acre maze of waterways and islands. Whatever it is, it must be something important, because to get there, we lug packs and canoes over portages. Rain or shine, it doesn't matter. We seem to be driven to be there, paddling onward, each canoe stroke bringing us closer to some unknown prize. Maybe it's our spirit we seek. Wilderness author Sigurd Olson thought so. Without divorcement from outside influences, he wrote, man cannot know what spirit means. We seek it so intensely, maybe that's why the BWCA has such a history of turmoil.
Well, I think it'd be a mistake to allow more motors into the wilderness.
I think it's being locked up and put away for use for just the young and strong and the people with more money.
And we could make the best decision that we could make, and we're not going to make everybody happy.
I've never been mad at anybody in a motorboat. I've paddled all my life. I just don't understand. Maybe I'm just too old. But I don't understand people being angry with somebody else because of the type of watercraft they're in. I'm more interested in how they camp and how they take care of the woods. They don't burn it down or something.
But none of us come to the Boundary Waters to argue. It's a simpler lifestyle we seek. It's where we go one-on-one with bugs that bite.
I use the old Indian remedy I learned from my friend Stanley Owl. That's never bite again.
Somewhere along the way, we start to find what we're looking for.
Oh, nice. Oh, is that a trophy?
There's not many places in the world that you can drink the water right out of the lake.
Yet, a wilderness trip can be humbling.
Don't change.
But we learn from that too. A wilderness, John Muir said, is where nature may heal and give strength to body and soul alike. It's a place wrapped in granite stone and chained with clear blue waters, where glaciers marched and left a path for the rest of us to follow. Loons call in springtime, ravens ring in winter, while sled dogs race atop the ice where paddlers paddled last summer. We each come here in search of self and answers to our questions. We find them in the biting fish, while sunset sees our tension. Yes, it's a magical place, the BWCA, as if nature was run by elves. It may explain for the rest of time why we must protect it from ourselves.
Times change, but certainly our love for that region does not.
Of course not. Well, it's that time. Millie's
ready to go.
I will see you back here next week.
In the meantime, don't forget to introduce a kid to the great outdoors. She's ready to go outside.
I think so.
Transportation provided by Premier Transportation. Call 1-800-899-7433. To get more Minnesota Bound, including full episodes, go to mnbound.com. And to follow our latest adventures, like us on Facebook.